DLC 17 on Xenoverse 2 is almost starting to feel like it was a lie, but without a doubt, there will be another DLC on this game, even though we have hit the longest drought in terms of information in regards to the next DLC for Xenoverse 2 since COVID hit. And obviously COVID had its own circumstances. Literally, the world almost stopped kind of in a way during COVID, and a lot of companies, especially in the gaming side, were slowing down majorly on content because, well, social distancing and all this stuff meant they were not able to work the same way that they were in the past. So during COVID, things were a little bit slower. And again, that was the only time it has taken this long to get some information on the next DLC, because we are now coming up, my boys, in literally like 3 days on 5 months since DLC 16 released, and here we are with Xenoverse 2 still getting no information or news about the next content and future content we will be getting on this game. But for those of you who cannot read and have been saying in the comments things like,
oh, DLC 17 isn't gonna happen, or oh, Xenoverse 2 is done and no more DLC is coming.
I know Dragon Ball fans have a tough time reading, so I'm going to read this very slowly because I have read this in the past on videos and people still comment in those videos saying DLC 17 is not happening. So let me show it or read it very, very slowly for those who cannot read, because again, Dragon Ball fans, we really don't know how to read. It's just a known fact in the community, but thankfully I do. Now it says, now in its 7th year after its launch, the game continues to maintain 1 million monthly active users. With many fans continuing to enjoy the game will continue to update and improve to provide a deep and lasting gameplay experience. The last line alone is all you really need to focus on. The game will continue to update and improve to provide a deep and lasting gameplay experience. That right there lets us know there is future content without a doubt coming to this game. And then on top of that, we have paid attention to the Steam depots and branches on Xenoverse 2 in the past, and I have made like 2 or 3 videos, I believe, on this when they have been updated. Now, they've been updated multiple times since I made the last one talking about it, but there is something a little bit more interesting going on now, and I will say this doesn't necessarily mean that we're going to be getting DLC info soon or anything along those lines, but really all it shows is that they are doing something with the game, and I'm assuming this is something in prep for the future of this game at the same time. Now, as you guys see right here, within the last 10 days alone, there have been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of the branches that have received some kind of update and some kind of work done to them, right? Now, when we first made videos on this, it was around September 8th when the homie Burkle did put this tweet out talking about how some of these branches were once again updated. And at this point in time, only 3 branches had been updated in the last 10 days, or really last 4 months, because besides these 3, the 7 days ago, yesterday, and 14 hours ago, the one previously was 5 months or 4 months ago. So again, only 3 branches at that time were getting any kind of work done to them in any way, shape, or form. But now we are at 6, even further showing that there is some kind of plan for a future with Xenoverse 2. We just don't know necessarily what that plan or future necessarily will hold. Right now, we're really in the dark when it comes to this game and what the next updates and DLCs potentially could be. Now, of course, I strongly feel that DBS Broly, for some reason, has a very good chance of being in this DLC, or DBS base Broly / Ikari, I should say, and that should be shown by the simple fact that I do put him on most thumbnails when I do talk about DLC 17 at the same time. Now, since the new update about Dragon Ball Magic and the leak about Dragon Ball Magic, if that does end up being true, I also feel that has a very strong chance of being what DLC 17 is in regards to, and it could be why it is taking so long to get any news about this DLC at the same time, because they don't want to reveal if DLC 17 is about that. They don't want to be the first to reveal Dragon Ball Magic through Xenoverse 2 instead of, you know, them Funimation or whoever's behind Dragon Ball Magic revealing it in their own way with a big surprise like supposedly the NYCC panel will have, which is only 5 days away at this point in time. But again, the simple fact that this website says this, and then also the Steam branches are getting consistent updates, and now even more branches are being updated, that should show that DLC 17 will happen. It's just a matter of when and a matter of what will be in this DLC at the same time, and who really knows? I know Bandai and Dimps don't have the best track record in terms of like actually fixing stuff, but who knows? Maybe they actually meant with this line right here, the game will continue to update and improve to provide a deep lasting gameplay experience. Maybe they're actually taking some time to try and fix some stuff on Xenoverse 2. Maybe they're trying to fix some of the hit detection issues. Maybe even, I highly doubt it, but the netcode issues after 7 damn years. Also, there is the issue of modders still on console. Maybe they're trying to fix that. I don't necessarily know if they're doing that, but this line does imply that they will try, or if you read it a certain way, it does kind of imply that they may be trying to fix things on this game, and that could be another reason we are waiting so damn long for this DLC to actually not even drop, but get any kind of information on it. Now, besides that, guys, besides talking about DLC 17 and how clearly it will be a thing at some point in time, I do want to quickly show that the Xenoverse 3 website domain has been updated, has received a few updates. As you can see right here, it says updated 10/2/2023. Now, these updates don't necessarily mean anything. It just kind of shows that, you know, this website domain is still alive. And like I always say, the biggest thing we have to look for is 2 months from now, when this domain is set to actually expire. Because if they let these domains expire, well, then that kind of dashes all and any hope that we have of Xenoverse 3 ever being a thing at any point in time. But the simple fact that they have not expired since we started looking at these, and I believe we started in like 2021 or 22, was one of those years that this website or this domain was discovered by the homie Burkle. Shout out to him. We have been looking at it every year to make sure that it does not expire, and every year around like December 4th or 5th, it does get renewed and it's set to expire the year after. Like last year around the 5th of 2022, it was renewed because the expiration was 12/9/2023, or yeah, 12/9/2022. Wait, hold on, has it already been renewed? Because now it's the 12/9/2024. I'm just realizing that this is the first time that they've set it to expire, or maybe they renewed it a lot earlier. Now I'm just seeing this. Usually it would say 12/9/2023, not 12/9/2024. Because last year around December it said 12/9 or 12/10/2022, because it was the year of 2022, and then they updated again around that time. But now I'm looking at this and realizing it actually says 2024. This is the earliest I've ever seen them update the actual expiration date of this website right here. So it won't even be set to expire this year. It's not even set to expire all the way until next year, which is actually kind of a good sign, I feel like. You know, it doesn't necessarily have the most meaning behind it, but the fact that they've updated the expiration to 2024 and will be paying for this domain all the way through that point gives me, you know, still hope that this game at some point in time will happen. It's just really probably not going to happen until 2025, I would say, since Tenkaichi 4 is going to be releasing next year. That'll be the big major Dragon Ball game, and they would probably want a game like Tenkaichi 4 or Sparking Zero, whatever it's going to be called, to be separated from something like Xenoverse 3 by a good year or so in time, so it could get its own shine for quite some time, similar to how Xenoverse 2 had its own shine for a while, and then like a year and a couple months after Xenoverse 2 released, we got Dragon Ball FighterZ, which was the next major Dragon Ball fighting game. So I'm assuming it would be a similar thing between Sparking Zero and Xenoverse 3, again, whenever that game actually does happen. But the fact that it is set to 2024, like I said, is definitely a good sign, because now, usually around December every year, I have made videos talking about this and talking about how it had been updated, and that's always a good sign for the community and for the future possibility of this game. But now it's already been updated to expire in 2024, which to me is kind of a good sign, like I said before. So overall, man, this is something that, you know, you could look at as a positive for Xenoverse 3. It doesn't have the most meaning, doesn't mean Xenoverse 3 is going to be revealed anytime soon or anything like that. But like I've always said, the fact that this domain is still here still gives us hope and the chance of Xenoverse 3 happening someday. Now, besides that, like I said, the main purpose of this video was really to clear up all the people saying that DLC 17 is not going to be a thing, DLC 17 isn't going to happen, Xenoverse 2 is done, all things along those lines, because even though on the website, not only does it clearly say they will continue to update and improve the game right here, also the simple fact that the Steam branches are still getting worked on, they're still messing with this game in some way, shape, or form. We don't know necessarily what they could be doing with it, or you know what all these branches necessarily mean, like the test branch, the dev release branch, dev QA, things along those lines. Since though these are all getting updated, though, it just shows that they are working on this game in some way, shape, or form. Even if it's something minor, they would not be putting any kind of work towards a game that they had no future plans for. So again, DLC 17 will be happening. It's just really a matter of time at this point, and I know it does suck. This is the longest we've ever had to wait, besides when COVID hit, for a DLC to actually release some information on said DLC. It's never been a 5-month gap from one DLC release to the next DLC actually getting any news. And honestly, at this point in time, it does not look good to see any news in the month of October. So it could be 6-7 months even until we get actual news about DLC 17 in the future of Xenoverse 2 at the same time from the point that DLC 16 actually did release. Because remember, DLC 16 released on like May 10th of this year, and again, we're already on October 7th. In 3 days, it'll be 5 months exactly since that DLC came out. So let me know what you guys think about this. Are you guys, you know, on the side of people that are happy about more DLC coming, or are you on the side of those who are not happy at all? Because I understand both sides, to be honest. Like, I really want Xenoverse 3, I think, like more than most people out there in the world. But at the same time, I do love Xenoverse 2 and have a deep love and appreciation for this game. So if they are going to offer me more DLC and maybe try to actually, you know, improve, like it says, update and improve to provide a deep, lasting gameplay experience, then that's something that I definitely would be happy with at the same time. Because the Cell Max raid, I mean, it was one of the funnest raids that I've played, honestly, since the beginning of the game. DLC 16 overall as a pack was one of the best packs, in my opinion, that this game has ever seen. All the characters were fun. They had some really cool animations. We got a Beast Awoken skill. Like, there was just really so many good things that DLC 16 did. And if they continue to build on that and improve the DLCs at the same time, even though I want Xenoverse 3, I would not be mad at good content like that for one of my favorite games of all time. So again, let me know where you guys stand with this at this point in time. But till next time, man, thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and as always, hope you have a good one. Peace, y'all.